Hi, I'm Dr. Hisham, and I want to show you some of the different applications of my PBMLite. This is the box, obviously, but this is how we have it set up at home. And you can have it like that at home as well. So when you buy the single light, obviously you can put it in any lamp, like I showed you in the other video. Any standard lamp you want to put it in, it's totally fine. The question is how you're going to maneuver that, where you're going to place it on your body, and so on and so forth. So I find it much easier to have them put on a holder like this, which, by the way, if you buy the two, you will save on the price of the two together versus just one, and we'll send you this holder, not the tripod, but just this holder for free, which is $40 as a gift as well with it. So if I take that off, so it's this dual holder, which you can turn different angles. You can put it on a tripod, you can hold it with your hands, you can put it on a bed, on a couch, underneath this is a clear chair here. So obviously we're talking about photobiomodulation through the skin. Therefore, wherever you're applying it to, no clothes. So if you're at home, you can have a clear chair like that and put it underneath you, so it's activating your buttocks, your perineum, especially if you have sciatic pain or anything like that. You can have it on your back, either standing on a tripod. That's what I'm saying. A tripod might be easy and useful. These are very cheap, 20 bucks online or in any photography store. It can go through the clear plastic of the chair to any part of your body, or if you're lying in bed, lying on a couch, just make sure there's no clothes to block out the light while you're applying it to wherever you're applying it to. So main areas where to apply it, other than where you have pain, which is obvious, where you have pain is where you apply it to. That's the main thing. So if you have sore elbows, sore joints, sore knees, sciatic pain, headaches, that's really where you apply it. 10, 15, 20, usually 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll notice the pain starting to dissipate. And then you do it repeatedly to reduce and remove that inflammation causing that problem until it goes away. Other areas where photobiomodulation scientifically and experientially, experts like us have done this for many, many years, is proximal to the part that hurts, i.e. what I'm talking about here. If your elbow is hurting, putting it on your elbow for 15 minutes is a really good thing. Putting it down here will help this, regenerate and all that stuff, but won't help the elbow. But proximally, as in closer to your heart, from there, it will also help. So, because this is where the blood flow is coming to here, the nerves that are taking the innervation from here are going up there. So putting it on your shoulder will help your elbow actually, versus putting it on your wrist will not help your shoulder, your elbow that much. So that's what I'm saying. Closer. If it's your sciatic pain, you put it, of course, where the sciatic pain is, but you also put it higher up on the spine as well. So these are placement and positioning for benefit in terms of photobiomodulation lights, and that's why you want something that's big enough, focused enough, yet small enough to be versatile. Where do I want to place this? Because we're talking about home use. We're not talking about the Noble Thor here, which is the ultimate, applies to your whole body at the same time. We're talking about home use. Other areas where you're doing it for general wellness, well-being, enhancing your resilience and your resistance to any infections, any diseases, any viruses, but also your resilience in day-to-day life, becoming more intelligent, less prone to dementias and Parkinson's and destructive neurodegenerative diseases. So you're actually causing neurogenesis rather than neurodegeneration. You're inducing, not causing, you're inducing neurogenesis, more neuroplasticity in your brain and your other neurons, versus neural degeneration, cellular regeneration, collagen regeneration rather than sagging, degeneration of collagen. This is what I mean by regeneration versus degeneration. I'm talking about all human cells, all human tissues, from collagen to nerves to bone to muscle to anything. Every human tissue is the same at the end of the day. It's cells that are mitochondria that must activate. When you block that flow, you get inflammation. Whether it's flow of photons in and photons out, biophotonic flow, which is the main thing because we're all creatures of light. We're transacting in light basically. Or, well, but what that means, it's one form of that is the electron transfer chain, the energy flow through the ATP, the production of ATP in the mitochondria and all that. That gets blocked, you have inflammation. The fluid flow, easy flow water, it's a different phase of water, study that later at your own pace. So the flow of water and its energetic flow within the cells, within the mitochondria, in the interstitial fluid, all that, if you block that flow, you get inflammation. The flow in of oxygen, the flow in of nutrients, and the flow out of toxins, any part, or usually it's a combination of blockages in those flows, will create inflammation. Infection is a trigger to create inflammation, but also stress, toxins, aging. There's 101 reasons why we get blockage of flow that causes inflammation, especially the chronic ones. So we want to unblock that, we want to enhance the flow, and how do you do it? With light. The first thing is apply the force-carrying particle field that all human bodies and all animal bodies, and actually everything in nature really, starts to regenerate or create from, is the flow of light. So we absorb light, we transform light into other energy forms and other healing regeneration forms. So activate the light, and near infrared light and red light are specifically important for that. Yes, you can get a lot of red light and infrared light from the sun, but the longer you're there, also the longer you're getting or you're absorbing the ultraviolet light, which is not very good light, and so on and so forth. You can get the sunburns and all these things. So focusing the biologically active red and infrared light repeatedly at home makes a huge difference, while cutting out all the other negative or potentially negative side effects of just broad spectrum sunlight. I'm not saying don't get sun, do get sun as much as you can, but how much are you going to get, where are you going to get it, are you going to expose your whole body or not, and how much UV are you getting, all questions to be answered. So where do you apply it for that regeneration, well-being? Well, one of the most important parts is, like I said in the other video, it's your chakra flow system. So from head to toe, chakra 1, 2, 3, perineum upwards. So you can have this on a tripod or something under the chair on your perineum. That's an area. You can have it on your solar plexus. A lot of things happen here with your digestive tract, with your microbiome changes from the infrared light as well, changes to the better, that is. Relaxation, vagus nerve activation, and so on and so forth. You flow up, higher up towards your sternum. So, of course, your heart, your lungs, again, your vagus nerve, all that is absorbing the light. But in between that, there is, and the thymus, well, the thymus is up here somewhere, and the thymus gland and all these other glands. But what also you're triggering is release of stem cells from your sternum. The sternum has a lot of stem cells, and it's very exposed. It's very out here. Basically, there's only a piece of skin covering it. So right there on the thymus, heart, that middle chakra here, your thyroid, and generally your laryngeal plexus right here, and then your head. So, well, I don't have time to put it up and down, but your head. So right there. It's not just good for your skin, which it is, by the way. That you will visibly see over time. Your skin will get better and tighter. That's why dermatologists and beauty therapists use red light a lot for facial skin. But mainly, it's the internal part. So when you shine it on your head like that, you're absorbing it through the skull. The skull just allows full penetration and spread of red light, red and near infrared light. So your whole brain is absorbing it, especially your pineal gland, your third eye, your master gland, etc., your circadian rhythm. All these things get affected. So calming, activating, energizing, awakening, and so on and so forth. So why I like this holder, like I said, is because you can have 2 instead of 1. In 10-15 minutes sessions, you're doing more activation, you're applying more light, but also it's easier to hold, easier to place on a bed or on a couch or somewhere next to you, and it's possible to put on a tripod if you're standing up like I do at home on a stand-up desk and you have it next to you while you're working. Obviously no shirt or something, expose your back, expose wherever areas that you want, and so on. Until I see you next time, this is me talking to you about how to help you become better in every way. Always aim to look better, feel better, and be better. Thank you.